Rug pizza.
Yeah. Well, I'm making dinner.
Got dipping sticks.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Munchies with the Malmadius.
The Breaking Bad community is one where people will freak out whenever Skylar decides to confront a maniacal drug lord to protect her family and tell her that she should just stay in the kitchen, and then immediately turn around and soy face whenever these same drug lords start cooking in the kitchen. Now, I want people to soy face in my comment section too, so here we go.
Today we're gonna be making Breaking Bad roof pizza. Now we're gonna add one little twist to these pizzas. Think about it. What's the one thing that Skylar loves more than the heated floors at Beneke's house? Bam! Vegetarian pepperoni. And if Walter had ordered pizzas with these on it, I'm sure he would have got Skylar back.
Look at that.
That is veggie bacon. Believe it or not, 0 cholesterol, and you won't even taste the difference.
But before we get to that good stuff, let's make that pizza dough. First things first, let's get a nice large bowl, and we're gonna pour 1 3/4 cups of warm water. Okay, let's add some yeast in there, that's the good stuff. Let's throw that all in there, and why not, let's mix that with about 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar. Now we're gonna whisk this stuff till it's nice and fizzy. Here I go, whisk, 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 let's turn it to super speed mode. Okay, there we go. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna cover this bad boy up, let it sit for about 5 minutes, let the yeast and the sugar do their little dance, and then we'll be right back. We're gonna get our cutting board here, our veggie bacon, and then I'm gonna realize like an idiot that I didn't have the camera in focus this entire time. Let's call that a minor hiccup on the road. Doesn't matter anyway, so what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna cut these veggie bacons into tiny little circles, and we're gonna need enough of them to cover that pizza. If you remember from the TV show, that thing was loaded with pepperoni, so I gotta make sure I have enough to cover the entire pie with these things. While we're cutting these pepperonis, we're gonna make sure the oven's preheating to about 475 degrees, so that way once they're done we can throw these pepperonis in there to give them that nice crisp texture. And here we go. Here's a nice shot of the pepperonis before we completely fry these guys in the oven. Now let's go put them in there and let's work on the rest of the dough. You remember like 2 seconds ago we mixed up that yeast and sugar? Well, let's go see how it's doing. Okay, 5 minutes later, let's take it out and open this thing up. Oof, oh, that smells really fermented. But that's how you know it did its job. Now let's move on and make the rest of this dough. Now I know we've let this yeast and sugar sit by themselves for far too long, but we're gonna harass them by throwing in about 3.5 cups of all-purpose flour into the mix, just to make things more interesting. Top it off by sprinkling a generous handful of table salt all over this bad boy. Now we're gonna pop open the good stuff. An undisclosed bottle of olive oil. I only use this for the most Italiano of Italian seasonings, if you know what I mean. We're gonna drizzle this olive oil all over this thing. Look at all that. Now we're gonna start to mix this up with your spoon. It's gonna get really clumpy really quick, so just be aware of that. Let's go super speed mode. Okay, now we're gonna mix this whole thing up with your hands. There we go, just some nice kneading of the dough back and forth. Let's throw this thing on the table. Why not make a complete mess of my living room? Guys, check this out. I'm gonna throw this dough on the table harder than Walt threw Jane into an early grave. Boom, baby. Now comes the most important part of cooking a pizza dough. We gotta knead this thing. We gotta knead it until it can't be kneaded anymore. For 10 solid minutes. Your arms are gonna be so sore. Your elbows are gonna be so greased up from the amount of kneading you're gonna do. And clearly I'm getting really sick of this stupid pizza pie because I have to switch over to my knuckles to knead this thing. At this point, I'm just so furious. I'm harnessing the power that Hank Schrader used when he mercilessly beat Jesse Pinkman's stupid face into a pulp and pulverized this man right on his property when no one was watching. You know what, you guys probably get the idea. Let's switch back to super speed mode. Okay, here we go. It should feel a little soft. What I'm gonna do is just poke it with your finger. If it slowly bounces back, then you know your dough is ready to rise. If not, then just keep on kneading, but miss me with that. I did it perfect. Okay, you remember when I said the more Italian olive oil you add, the more Italiana the dish? So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna grab this dough and we're gonna just drench, and I mean we're gonna marinate this thing in a lot of olive oil. Just soak it up so it gets that pure Italiana seasoning on it. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this bad boy sit for an hour. So let's just seal it up here. Seal it. Oh my god. Seal it. Okay, there we go. Okay, 1 hour supercut. And voila, mamma mia. Here we go. Let's open this guy up. And look at that. Look at how much this guy rose. It's probably good enough to eat all by himself. Oh, no. That's disgusting.
Well, I don't know, man. You've been seeming sus lately. It's almost like we have an imposter among us.
Okay, let's take the rest of this dough, and we're just gonna cut this guy straight down the middle. We only need half of the dough to make this recipe, so we're gonna save the other half for another time, another pizza, another day. So let's put this aside, and let's go check on those pepperonis. Okay, look at how crispy these guys turned out. They're gonna be delicious. Now let's finish up that pizza dough. Let's just generously pour flour all over this thing. Okay, let's just throw this guy on there and just rub all of this flour all over this guy. I don't really know why Italiana people do this, but it looks pretty good, so let's just do it. Let's rub some more. I bet you guys liked it when I sprinkled it. Let's do it again. There we go. Look at all that flour all over this thing. Now let's bring over our pizza pan, and let's pour some flour all over this thing too. Look at that. Look at all this. And then just slowly realize that none of that flour stuck. It all went straight through because the stupid pizza pan has holes, you idiot. Whatever, let's just throw the dough back on the pan. And now let's switch to supersonic speed. Now we just really want to stretch this guy out until he becomes the full pizza circle base that we need. So we're just going to keep opening this guy up, and you can just kind of roll the pizza over your knuckles like this so it just falls into place. You can even throw it around like a madman if you want to really feel like nice Chief Italiana. Guys, do you see these moves? So what we're going to do now is we're just going to smooth out the rest of this pizza pie and really define that nice crust all around the edge. Come on, tell me you haven't seen a circle this good in a long time. Just keep smoothing it out with your fingers, and eventually you're going to just fill up this entire pan with that nice pizza base. Okay, say it with me. What are we missing now? We need some more olive oil. We really gotta just drench this entire pizza with some more, as if it wasn't already marinated in the stuff already. Just gently spread it around. Oh, look, there's some more even. Okay, let's just keep spreading this stuff around. Now, just for that nice, authentic Italian pizza texture, we're gonna add some nice cornmeal. Especially sprinkle them all over the crust to really give it that pow. You're probably thinking we're this far into preparing the pizza dough and we haven't even started any of the pizza sauce. Well, I mean, here we are. Yeah, come on guys, cut me some slack. So now we're gonna add 1, 2, 3 scoops of this pizza sauce and just spread this all over. 4 scoops of this pizza sauce all over this. 5, okay, 5. And just make sure we have a nice even coat all around so we really cover. 6 is the final answer. 6 of these things. Nice. Now, nothing makes you happier after your wife completely rejects you than a whole bag of shredded mozzarella cheese. Now, let's just generously put as much as we can. Don't be scared to really smother this in some nice, solid dairy nectar of cheese. Okay, now it's time for the star of the show, the veggie pepperoni. Now we're just going to completely cover this thing, make it look as close to that Breaking Bad pizza in the show, and then we're going to put it in the oven for about 15 minutes, and then we're going to check back on it. So, here we go. This is the before. And here we are. Look at this, beautifully cooked. Let me just adjust it here. There it is, good enough for a nice swig. That's good Italian. Let's put some Italian seasoning just to top it off. And here we are, the completed Breaking Bad pizza, now with vegetarian pepperoni. Come on, look at this thing. You know Skylar can't resist that. That's got veggie bacon all over this sucker. So we could just leave it like this and pass the savings on to someone else, but we're gonna try it and cut it with this butter knife. Spared every expense, Munchies with Malmadius. And now we're just gonna try to cut this thing. It's gonna take a while. Super speed mode. Okay, let's take a bite. Hey, what do you expect? It's pretty good Italian pizza. I don't know about this veggie pepperoni, though. They taste like the rye bread chips in trail mix. All we need now are some dipping sticks. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching, and thank you again for 1,000 subscribers. If you like this video, please watch one of my other videos, and if you like that one too, then why not just subscribe? If you like this video, leave a like, and if we hit, let's say 500 likes, I'll do something like this again. Let me know what other video ideas you'd like to see in the comments down below. And until next time, remember, have a great day, and make it a good day for someone else. This is the Malmadius, signing off.